Well, welcome back, everybody. I hope you are having a phenomenal weekend here. As we go ahead and we kick off, let's kind of review where we're at, what we talked about the last couple weeks, and now how it's all come to fruition. That's why these videos are so important. If you can't be with me like when I was in the live trading room here, or you can't be with me like in my mastermind group class, if you are missing some of the videos that I do here, it's important to catch up with as many of these things as you can to understand what's really going on with the market. If you really want to understand it, we're trying to help you the best we can here. So that where we're at right now is this. We went ahead and we talked with you about the fact that, yes, the Dow was going up and was looking so wonderful, but we said that the Russell was not going along with it. The NASDAQ was not going along with it. Even the S&P wasn't catching up. So the Dow, which everybody watches still to this day, they get this false sense of confidence because they look at the window dressing of the Dow and they're not really looking at the underlying of the market. And so we said, well, look, that's great with the Dow, but unless they can get up there, hold that area, and then start to take back off, and all of these other markets are coming with it. The S&P, for instance, need to get up here, push through, and take off. Then the problem is this is kind of a false start and likely to go ahead and reverse. And you can read a little bit more about that for those of you that are not in like the live trading room where I talked about this a little bit when I went in there recently with the mastermind group where we hit this at length. Then here's a couple other places that you can take a look at this, for instance. So you'll notice, like for instance right here, this video covered this. Rob shares key markets that will cause this rebound rally to fail if they don't get on board fast. I would strongly suggest you watch the entire video. It's only six and a little under 7 minutes long. But if nothing else, just pick up right there at the 4-minute and 49 or 40 and 39 second level here, and just watch that one simple part of it. Right, the whole thing is important, but if you watch that one simple part of it, you'll hear that strategy laid out there, even back here a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So very important to understand. Keep up on these videos, be in the live trading room, be in the mastermind, whatever you're part of, get in there, learn these things. Because what happens then is we turn around and let's take a look here at this video I did with the mastermind. So you'll see here with the mastermind, I was actually outlaying this whole strategy. These are my same screens. I share with you exactly what I use in trading competitions. If you see pictures of me at trading competition, this is my setup here, right? This is my ITP indicators, TRP, and champion trend pack. That's the world of what I use. That's the nuclear triad, if you will, the trifecta of the power of what I do. And so we were laying out here this whole process of this breaking through what we want to do is break through this level. We talked about how there could be a little bit of a rally here, but really what we want to do is break through this and then push down to the downside. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear the video, so what I'll just do is I'll just mute the video and kind of talk about that there. So you'll see that we were kind of laying out this whole strategy, and then in the end, just fast forward, I talked about how it could come back up there short term, then roll back down, and then break and push to here, which is exactly what it's done. Obviously, there was a lot of other things I taught, but that's private to the mastermind, so we'll just kind of leave that there. But I just wanted you to see that whether we were talking about the trading room, the mastermind, or here with the videos, this is what we were basically looking for. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and take a look at some other things. Whether you go ahead and so when these situations come, we had the plan in place. We were looking for us to break down below those key levels, which I identified, meaning that we knew that we would have hundreds of points of opportunity into the direction. So what are some of the things that we can do? Well, even if you just simply have wealth charts, right? If you have the power of wealth charts, that comes with the champion trend pack. If you have like the ultimate membership there, it comes with the champion trend pack, which is such a powerful set of tools. And I can't emphasize that enough. And so you take a look And you'll see here we had wealth, which usually comes in near the beginning of a trend. Speaking of trend, we had the champion trend. We went ahead and we had back behind there's a red dot called the breakout forecaster, which means that we expect to trend down. And then if we keep having those breakout forecasters, then after a pullback, we expect lower lows. And if you make the lower lows and then after a pullback, we're expecting lower lows. So you can see that was firing off over and over again, and that kept working. Whether you're talking about the hourly chart, the 5-minute chart, the 1-minute chart, you'll see all those same types of signals on the 1-minute chart. Had the pullback, went right back down again, right? So you get the point that even if you had the power of just the champion trend pack of tools there alone, a big move like yesterday is completely foreseeable and on the radar. And then you take that to obviously like my whole TRP, ITP, champion trend pack all together, that you have so much information for entries and re-entries constantly, all the additional signals there throughout the board. And I know we haven't made a special offer, for instance, on the ITP for like a year now. Trust me, I've heard you guys for like the last year talk about when you're going to do it again, when you're going to do it. I warned you guys a year ago, hey, we don't do that very often. So but if you're lucky enough to have already had the ITP, if you have the TRP and you have the champion trend pack, and the champion trend pack is with WealthCharts there, then what happens is that you can see like a radar, like a CAT scan. You can see everything that's going on and happening. You can see like, oh, okay, right? We have throttling, which means that after a pullback, we expect a lower low, kind of like the breakout forecaster, same concept. You can see the TRP. We broke down below those key zero lines, even on the daily chart. We did that over here too. And so everything was down below there for that, right? And over, you can see that whole time. So you have all these different radar points, if you will, to identify not just entries, but if you miss an entry because of a lack of confidence, then it gives you a lot of re-entry opportunities. And so kind of backing it up, we started all of this back in the videos here a couple weeks ago, right? We shared this, we warned you about this. The markets were not, there was a divergence in the markets basically. S&P and the Russell were not playing along, two extremely important pieces of this. So while you had this window dressing of the Dow to give you a false sense of confidence, if you're not watching the markets, we went ahead and we're seeing this, and that led to this big move down. So now what we're watching here is these key levels. We had a 1-bar break. We had kind of what I call a kickoff and then a blow-off bar here. So we want to see now, is the market going to try to retrace back up here a little bit? My perfect world with this, what I'm looking for next, my preferred trade, I guess is what I want to say, is I'd like for us to just break down below these levels, all of these markets here, and continue just to die a horrible death. That would be the best possible thing. I've taught those of you that can only go long in the market only strategies there. We've taught options strategies. We've got a great options trading inside of WealthCharts. We've taught options strategies. We've taught the future strategies. We've taught those of you that can only do like inverse ETFs because you have to go long in your portfolios. We've taught those strategies. So personally, I would love to see this. We've already had the Russell underneath this the whole time, and now you've got these other markets that are trying to push through. I know it's a kickoff and then a blow-off, which can be a short-term bottom and potentially find support back up in here. The problem is that's going to be a much messier area trading in this. That would be more like short-term day trade opportunities for the bigger moves that were being forecast, the multi-day holds that we were getting even from like TRP signals, right? You're getting sells, then buys, and then sells, and all these different types of things here, right? What we'd like to do is look to see if we can just get decisively down below on these markets here, not just a one-day close below, but to see if we can just continue that pressure and just, like I said, die a horrible death there, which would be a phenomenal one. So there's so many opportunities with these. We've tried to prepare you for these literally weeks in advance, warning you, hey, don't get suckered into this market. We're not getting the other markets going along, and unless we do, this isn't real. Again, go back and watch some of the videos that we put together here. And the reason why I'm spending so much time talking about that is because this is how you'll go back and learn. You may not have learned the first time I said it, but then you go back and watch all the videos like, wow, he did lay that out. He laid that out when he visited the live trading room. He laid that out in our special mastermind class a week ago. He laid that out in this nightly video. all these strategies and then gave you the exact levels that I was looking at to be trading, for instance, like in the mastermind and everything. So the thing is that there's so much opportunity with these markets. We are literally just getting started with what's about to hit us here. We have so many great opportunities ahead. If you're not prepared, if you're not where you want to be, keep watching these different videos that we're putting out. And also come join me. Go to joinwealth365.com, joinwealth365.com. We've got the special election edition of the Wealth 365 Summit coming up here very shortly now, and it's going to be just in advance of the election. You need to be prepared. We're bringing in some special speakers. I'm bringing in some special content to make sure that people are prepared for this very special event. That these events, they're going to continue to happen. What we saw Friday is just the beginning of all the wonderful volatility ahead. So if you want to be prepared, you want to be on the cutting edge, not the bleeding edge of that, let us help you. Let me continue to share that knowledge with you. And so I will look forward to seeing you at the Wealth 365 Summit and the upcoming videos that I do for you here. Of course, in the live trading room when I pop in, ZM runs on the daily basis, and I'll pop in, or the mastermind, of course, which I'm a driving force in along with Hubert and that. So a lot of great places to keep up on what I'm thinking about. But if you want like a whole week with me, well, you're going to get that at the upcoming Wealth 365 Summit. So a real nice submersion course to be with me, where I'll do special dedicated trainings each day, and I'll do some evening sessions there as well, as I do with these. But a lot of them are going to be focused around the volatility that we're having at the time in the market, in the here and there, so at that point, and then what to expect for the next couple weeks and how to prepare. So a lot of great stuff ahead, gang. You go back, watch some of those videos like I just showed you. This one here, you can be like, wow, yeah, he really did talk about that, and I laid it out. I mean, everything I do, I always talk about in advance and then do it from there. We watch it happen. And then we can come back and talk about it. So you understand you can identify what to do with these markets. You just have to make a decision to be a part of it. And what a great time to be a part of these markets. So I'll look forward to seeing you. Go to joinwealth365.com. Look forward to seeing you at the upcoming summit and the upcoming videos here. Thanks for being the world's greatest students. And let's make it a great fourth quarter here together as well. And let's prepare for it and make it happen. So have a great night, everybody. We'll see you shortly. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.